Hi guys, welcome back to my videos. So today we have picked up a topic that is very easy and you're going to love it. Now what I've picked is the verbs. Now the verbs in French are called les verbs. Now do you know how many type of verbs are there in French? So I'll tell you today. So let's come. We have three forms of verb. Now what are three forms of the verb? We have the first form, that is ER. The second form is IR. And the third form is RE. So when you're going to learn French, we are only going to have three forms of verbs. First, second and third. So the first one is ER. The second one is IR. And the third one is IRE. So today we'll do one thing. We'll pick up the first form, that is ER verbs. So let us do one thing. Let us pick only first form, that is ER. So now we'll do ER verbs. Now the first example for ER verb I'm taking is parler. This is parler and the meaning is to speak. Now what I'll do is, for conjugating any verb, the first thing I have to do is I'm going to write the subjects. So I'm going to write all the subjects. So what I've done, I've written all the subjects. Now there is a trick for learning ER verbs. Now what I'll do is I'll underline this ER and I'll remove this. What I'll do is I'll remove this ER and I'll pick up the prefix. Prefix is part. So I'll repeat it once more. What we'll do is I'll remove this ER and pick the prefix. So you will find I have written PARL, part. So what I'll do, I'll write it with all the subjects. So you can see here with all the subjects I've written parle. Tu parle, il parle, nous parle, vous parle, il parle. Now the second step is we'll add E, we'll add ES, we'll add E, we'll add ONS, then we'll add EZ, then we'll add ENT. You can see it here. With je, I'm going to add E. With you, I'm going to add ES. With il, I'm going to add E. With nous, I'm going to add ONS. With vous, I'm going to add EZ. With il, plural, I'm going to add ENT. Now, please be very careful while writing any ER verb. We are going to write these subjects in this form only. We are not going to change the chronology of the subject, because if we change the subject, this will also change. So I'll repeat once more. Here we'll say je parle, tu parles, il parle, elle parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il parle, elle parle. Now let's see the meaning. The meaning is I speak. Here it says you speak. Here it says he speaks or she speaks. Then we have we speak. Again, then we have you speak. Here it is they speak. So je parle is I speak. Tu parles is you speak. Il parle is he, she speaks. Nous parlons is we speak. Vous parlez is you speak. Il parle is they speak. Now you can do one thing. You can conjugate this verb regarder. Regarder means to watch. You can take it as homework and conjugate the verb regarder. This means to watch. Let us conjugate one more verb. We'll conjugate aimer. This means to like. So again, similar pattern I'll use all the subjects. I'll write it in the same chronology, and then I'm going to conjugate the ER verb. So you can see that I have written all the subjects here in the same chronological order. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle, plural. Now what was the rule? The rule was to remove this ER and pick up the prefix. This is AIM. I'm going to write it with all the subjects. AIM, 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 AIM. Now we can do one thing. Now we write extra E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. This is very easy. You can see that I've written E here, I've written ES here, I've written E here, then I've written ONS, then it is EZ, then we have ENT. Now one very important thing here you have to remember, that there are again two vowels coming together. I cannot remove this one. So what I'll do is I'll remove this E and write apostrophe. So now it becomes j'aime, tu aimes, il, elle aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, il aime, elle aime. Now let us translate this. This means I like. This means you like. This means he, she likes. Here this means we like. Here it means you like. And here this means they like. So you can see this is again our ER verb. We have conjugated in the similar manner where we will write E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. Now I gave you regarder as homework. Now you can see the second verb. We will do adore. This means to adore. We can conjugate these two verbs. This is starting with a consonant and this is starting with a vowel. So here we are going to write this and here we are going to write this. Be very careful when you conjugate the verb. Students, let's see the examples of all the ER verbs. Now let's see the first one. Je is written with regarder. What will I do? I'll conjugate. I'll remove this ER. I'll write with je we put E. Now for tu, what I'll do? I'll remove this ER. I'll write the prefix. With tu, what do we write? We write ES. So here ES. With il, we have aimer. So what I'll do is I'll remove this ER and put AIM, and with il we put E. Now with nous we have chante. I have removed this ER. I'll pick up the prefix chante and I'll add ONS. Then we have vous. I'll cut this ER. I'll write ADOR, adore. With vous we write EZ. So the meaning of all these sentences are: Je regarde la télé. I watch the television. Tu parles à ma mère. You are talking to my mother. Il aime le gâteau. He likes the cake. Nous chantons la chanson. We sing the song. Vous adorez vos chiens. You adore your dogs. So friends, if you like my videos, please like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you.